Hi everyone, Brandon Clark here with Slakker Racing, and today we have a 2003 996.2 that came to us out of California. It was correctly diagnosed with a misfire and potential valve problem. When we got inside of it, we found a dropped valve seat on it, and so while we were at it, we went ahead and redid the entire engine and took it to a Hartech 4.1 liter, and this one has ported heads. It's got the upgraded throttle body and plenum, and we're going to take her on a spin and see how she feels. Come along. So this one does have a fully carb compliant California exhaust on it, and so it's going to be a little quieter than some of the ones we take for a spin. But here we go. So the engine's already got a little bit of heat in it, but we're going to run it a little bit more to get it fully up to temp. Just do some nice cruising along in it. The 996.2 is actually one of my personal favorites of the Porsche lines. It's what my daily driver is as well. It's just kind of a sweet spot. It has the quirkiness of and feel of the 993, but the additional power of the 3.6 and above water-cooled engines. In 02 is when they went to the 3-chain M96 engine, and so that gives it a better variocam. So as opposed to in 01, where the variocam is either advanced or regular, in this one it's actually a degrees of advancement, and so you get a little finer detail in or granularity with how far advanced the cam is and when it advances and retards. And what I really appreciate about these, and even up into the 997s, is you can really feel the road. There's not a lot of electronics doing the work for you, and so I really feel more connected to the pavement, to the car, and just kind of the quirkiness that makes it a 20-year-old Porsche. Starting to get a little heat in it and can start pushing a little harder. It's just a nice smooth power delivery. Man, the 4.1 really livens it up. With the stock exhaust, it really doesn't change the feel a whole lot, other than just kind of makes the power effortless. And so that extra 0.6 liters of displacement, along with the added porting for the better flow of the heads and the better throttle body and plenum, it just makes it feel like power is no longer an issue. You ask for it and it's got all you want. Let's see, so we're doing, it's about 2,500 RPMs here, and we're gonna stomp on it and see how it reacts. Well, it certainly makes the on-ramp shorter when you go with the increased displacement in these. And yeah, and it always puts a smile on my face. For a street car, the suspension on this one feels really good. It's handling the bumps pretty well. Feels pretty planted. We're gonna get on it just a little bit more. Oh yeah. She goes. And what's really kind of unique about Porsches is the way that they manage the power. And so people talk about wanting to have more revs or higher RPMs, but every single system in this engine is built around having as much a flat of a torque curve as possible from about 3,500 RPMs to about 7,000 RPMs. So down around that 3,500 to about 5,000 RPMs, that's where the Vario Ram and the Vario Cam come into play. So the Vario Ram is a resonance flap that essentially tunes the waves that bounce back and forth between the cylinders. And if you get it just right, those waves will hit the intake valves right as they're opening and act almost like a little bit of miniature boost. And then for about say 2,000 RPMs. And then when that opens, the intake, the heads, the ports, everything else is kind of tuned for that, say 5,000 to 7,000 range. And so that builds out that power band. The other one from 3,500 to about 5,000 is the Vario Cam. That also plays along and works with the Vario Ram along that same thing, but by about 55,000, 5,500 RPMs, we're already phasing the Vario Cam mostly out as well, and just using it to fill that middle power band. Woo! Yeah, now it's livening up. Oh. She's feisty. And then one other thing nice about the displacement upgrades is sixth gear. Here we're cruising along at about 2,000 RPMs, and I can still give it some throttle and I don't have to downshift. Whereas on a stock displacement, typically I need to go down to at least one gear, maybe two, in order to really have any acceleration and not bog it down. And that's part of, we get reports that the increased displacement actually improves fuel economy, and that's because it doesn't take, you can run in a higher gear at the same speed, have the same amount of power, but have better fuel efficiency while doing so. So I'm going to get up to about 35 miles per hour, and I'm going to shift to sixth gear, and we're just going to use sixth gear to cruise on up onto the highway. It's just nice, no bogging, no effort. It just kind of pushes on up there. Smooth and easy, not a problem. Yep, whether under power and pushing it hard or just cruising along, this car feels great. it's ready to go back to California, live a nice, healthy, long life. Well, that concludes this test drive. Thanks for coming along. We'll see you next time.